The year was 1883, in a forgotten English village wrapped in fog and superstition. At the edge of town stood the Ashbourne estate, abandoned for decades until Margaret Vale, a literary archivist devoted to restoring lost works, arrived to revive its crumbling library. Margaret had heard rumors that the estate once belonged to a reclusive playwright whose final script drove his cast into madness. His lost journals, if recovered, could change the understanding of Victorian literature, or so she hoped. For weeks, she catalogued ancient manuscripts by candlelight, ignoring the unease that deepened with each nightfall. Then one evening, as she reached for her quill, she noticed something impossible. The ink on a nearby page shimmered, though she hadn't touched it. Her shadow stretched unnaturally across the parchment, and words began to form beneath it, not in ink, but in darkness. "You read us. Now we read you." Margaret's breath caught. She backed away, yet her shadow remained, writing, confessing, living a life separate from her own. The sentences it wrote were not the playwright's words, but hers. Her memories, her betrayals, the guilt she carried for abandoning her dying sister years ago. She tried to burn the pages, but every night they returned, rewritten, crueler, more revealing. The whispers grew louder, her own voice echoing from the walls, taunting her with truth she had long buried. The ink began crawling up her hands like veins of darkness. She realized then, the house wasn't haunted by ghosts, but by memory itself, every secret demanding to be told. In her final entry, written in trembling script, she confessed, "I came here to restore stories, but it was mine that needed restoring." When villagers later found her desk, her shadow was gone, as though it had stepped fully into the pages. On the final sheet lay 7 haunting words: "The story ends when truth is spoken." Life lesson: the past never dies in silence. Until we face what we've written in the dark, the shadows of our guilt will keep writing back.